If you've ever tried to make even a simple video, you know the pain. It is never, ever as easy as just hitting record. Well, Google Vids, this new app inside Google Workspace, is here to try and change all of that. And no, it's not just another screen recorder. Think of it more like an AI assistant that wants to be your personal co-producer. But is that just marketing hype, or can it actually pull it off? Let's dig in.
So here's the plan. First, we're going to talk about why making a video is such a headache. Then we'll look at the simple recorder part of Google Vids. After that, we pull back the curtain on its AI brain. We'll get real about its current rules and limits, and then we're going to peek into the absolutely wild future this whole thing is pointing to.
All right, let's kick things off with a problem that I think we all know way too well. You need to make a quick video, right? Maybe an update for your team, a little tutorial for a client. You think, this will take 5 minutes. And then an hour later, you're pulling your hair out, wondering where the day went.
And that really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? We live in this age of instant everything. So why does creating one short little video still feel like climbing a mountain? You've got the idea, you know what you want to say, but there's this massive gap between that thought and a finished video you can actually send to someone.
It's because it's not just one task. It's a whole marathon of different annoying jobs. Suddenly, you have to be a scriptwriter, then you got to be a camera operator, then a stock photo librarian, then a video editor performing delicate surgery on all your ums and ahs. And finally, you have to be an IT guru just to figure out how to share the giant file. It's exhausting.
So this is where Google Vids steps onto the scene. And it starts by solving the most basic piece of the puzzle, just being a simple, easy-to-use recorder that's already built into the Google stuff you use every single day. And honestly, the best part is how seamless it is. There's no new program to download, no new login to remember. You just open Google Drive, you click New, just like you would for a doc, and you choose Google Vids. Boom, you're ready to record. The goal here is clearly zero friction to get started.
And of course, you get all the options you'd expect. You can do camera only for like a personal message, screen only if you're showing some software. You can do both at the same time for that classic tutorial look. And there's even an audio only option, which was pretty handy. It covers all the basics.
But let's be real. The recording part is just the warm-up act. The real magic, the reason we're even talking about this, is the AI assistant that's built right in. This is what takes it from a simple tool to something more like a creative partner.
The main event is this feature called Help Me Create, and this is where things get wild. Instead of you doing everything, you just give the AI a simple prompt about the video you want to make. And instead of giving you a scary blank timeline, it just generates a whole storyboard for you. We're talking a script, suggested scenes. It gets you most of the way there before you've even started. Now here's a pro tip from educator Dean Stokes that shows you the real power here. You don't even have to write a prompt. You can just type the @ symbol and point it to a Google Doc or a presentation you already have. The AI will literally read your document and build the entire video based on that content. It's like recycling your own work into a brand new video.
And it doesn't stop there. Hate the sound of your own voice? Fine. The AI can generate a pretty decent voiceover for you. Need a specific image you just can't find anywhere? Just ask the AI to create it from scratch. And maybe the killer feature for a lot of people, it can take an entire Google Slides deck and just automatically turn it into a video. That's a huge time saver.
Okay, I know, that all sounds amazing. But before you rush off to cancel your other subscriptions, we need to pump the brakes and talk about reality. This is a very new tool, and it has some really important limitations you have to know about. First and foremost, the big one. 10 minutes. That's it. The maximum length of any video you create is 10 minutes. And that tells you everything you need to know about what this tool is for. It's for quick updates, short demos, brief explainers. It is not for your deep dive documentary. It's all about short, concise communication.
And yeah, there's more fine print. Right now, it's landscape only, so no vertical videos for social media. You can't create or edit on your phone, which is a pretty big miss. The editing tools are super basic. We're talking trim and split, that's about it. The cool AI stuff only works in English for now. And you'll have to manually balance your music and voiceover levels.
So with all those limits, you might be thinking, okay, this is just a cute little toy. But these limitations are just for today. The science and research that Google is building this on points to a much, much bigger future. A future they call agentic editing. So what on earth is agentic editing? Well, the end goal is to have an AI that can take hours and hours of footage, actually understand the story inside it, and then completely re-edit it just based on a simple sentence you type. Imagine telling your computer, make me a 2-minute trailer that's funny, and it just does it. That's the destination.
So how does that even work?
Well, this diagram shows the first mind-blowing step. The AI doesn't just see a bunch of pixels, it actually watches the video. It breaks it all down into meaningful scenes and understands what's happening. The plot, the characters, the emotions. It builds this incredibly detailed map of the story, what it calls a semantic index.
Now, once it has that story map, your simple prompt acts like a director yelling action. It unleashes a whole crew of specialized AI agents. You've got a planning agent that figures out the new story. You've got a retrieval agent that goes and finds the perfect clips. You even have a scripting agent to write new voiceover. They all work together to build a brand new video for you, and you never once have to touch a timeline.
The whole point of all this is to fundamentally change how we create. The future that this is building is one where you stop being the person in the weeds making every single tiny cut. Instead, you get to be the director. You just focus on the big picture, on your creative vision, and you let the AI handle all the tedious technical stuff.
And that all leads to a really fascinating question for all of us. When you see tools like Google Vids as just a very first step, and this idea of agentic editing as the final destination, well, how long will it be before your main partner on a project isn't another person, but a really smart AI coworker? It seems like the future of creating might be less about your technical skills and more about how clearly you can state your ideas.